Hey, this is James with Eagle Visual. Wanted to talk about fixing your tiny whoop. And, you know, breaking anything is always a pain in the butt to fix it, but hey, you gotta deal with it. And when you're flying, you crash. So, you're gonna break your tiny whoop. And I've had something really work well for me that I wanted to pass along. Um, and so that you don't get discouraged from flying and you keep getting as much practice and you're not waiting on frames, ordering in the mail or whatever, or fixing something and it doesn't work. So what happens on these little tiny whoops or this Inductrix, which is sold by Hobbytown, is the little structural parts coming off of the motor, holding the motor centered in the Inductrix fans or propeller guards. Uh, they come they come disconnected. So I don't know if you can see that, but you can see that that's not supposed to be loose like that. So if I power this up, it's just going to move up. It's not going to take the frame with it, so it'll be delayed, and I don't want that to happen. So the best thing that I've found, and I'm sure there's 100 different things, and I'm not a hobby crafter, building models and stuff. I mean, more power to the people that build everything, but I'm trying to fix it, fly it, and if I like it, I'll stick around and try and make them as much as possible. Also, obviously, I love it. I fly ones that I already put together right now. But if you do break it, don't get discouraged. So I'm going to show you how to fix this. And as you can see, I've actually fixed this the same way I'm about to by splicing in a piece right there. I just kind of I took a zip tie and I kind of shaved it down and put it through the frame so it was through the other side, and then kind of glued it on the back and tied it in, and it really didn't add a lot of weight. Nothing that is really noticeable entirely. I mean, it still flies, and I can adjust to the weight with the controller, or maybe add weight to the other side a little bit. And I like to fly on these. I like to fly the 150 cell because they're lighter, and it makes it faster, and it's a little easier maybe to control, other than the one that comes with them. They're these 200 milliamps, so I don't know. I like the 150s, and I try and stick with something that may power and sell, give the same the drive that I want out of the battery. So what I like is these little ones, and they're lighter, and they last about 4 minutes. So just to talk about that. And anyways, if we're gonna fix this and fly it, I better fix it. So literally, it does take about 5 seconds, and you'll watch some reviews, think it doesn't work. It works. It works great. Sorry to go off on a tangent about the battery, but it was sitting there, and both of them were sitting there. So what we got going on is this one disconnected right here. Now what I'm going to do is, I know where it needs to be. I want a real small piece just to start off here. And as you can see, it doesn't set. It doesn't set until you actually light it up with the UV, which is so cool. I mean, I think it is, because sometimes I don't want it to set immediately, or have to worry about it, and be able to wipe it off or clean it off my fingers without it being super glue-like. So it's just a bad thing that is about super glue, and it doesn't work well in plastic. So this does, and it's light, and it's really strong. I mean, I have had it break a few times after gluing it, but nearly that may be a point that gets hit a lot, or it's just not as strong as the original. But literally, I think it could be just as strong. As you can see, I welded this piece, made a hole down the leg right there, and it's not beautiful, but it does fly. So as you can see, I'm already fixed, and we were just sitting there watching, and I'm going to see how it flies. And you can watch too. I do suggest, if you don't have one of these, get one, because you'll learn to fly a lot better. Probably indoors and smaller, and not be able to break your item as much. And this is kind of what I learned on it also. I'm okay with it, and you always got to get used to whatever you got. And this is flying, and you're going any direction you want. You want to stop on a dime. You want to fly to the sky. If you learn now, what's going to stop you? So I suggest to everybody, go get your drone. Maybe start with one of these little ones, but go with the FPV, and you may have to go with another controller. It may cost you somewhere between 200 to probably maybe 400 or 500, 600, 700. I mean, it can keep going up as high as you really want to go. But if you want to start off, these are sold for about 90 bucks, 100 bucks, and the controller is 60 bucks. You can get a whole package. It doesn't come with headset goggles and stuff, and they're about 200, and you can kind of fly it with a 5.8 gigahertz screen that comes with it, and I think they have some goggles that you can put the screen right into and fly it also kind of like this. But if you got the Fat Sharks and you got a programmable controller, 90 bucks, that's all you need to fly it. So pretty good. Wasn't as bad as it seemed. Sorry. And the weight of it is a little off, but I'll adjust all that, and we can just keep flying. So I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you get into drone flying just as me, and give me a little competition. Sorry, I was thinking about something on the landing, but not that.